up, everybody? Let's get everybody in the waiting area. Let's go live on Rumble. Kiko, I see you in the building. Salute to you too, Queen. Back at you. The Black Delilah, I see you. Trouble with Curves. International Poppy _777. Wing Mayhem. Shout out to everybody on X. Shout out to everybody on YouTube right now. I know you guys miss me here on YouTube. And I miss you guys too. We are live on Rumble. And I know I was here. We was together. We suffered the defeat together. Some of us feel it was not a fair and free election. Whether you believe it was ballot issues like currently we're having, or simply just disinformation about a particular laptop and the data that was on said laptop. So we trying to make sure we live on Rumble. Okay, hold on. Let me get this again. Let me do this over. A little bit behind on Rumble. We're gonna get together right now, you guys. Give me 1 second. My channels. Okay, hold on. Let's get the info on this. We're live on Rumble right now. I guess I might as well just kick it with you guys while we get this situated. So, of course, we know they're gonna try their shenanigans, and I'm only gonna say that because we're live on YouTube too as well, and you know how YouTube is. So, just to not have any issues with these people, we'll just make sure that we watch our language. But I don't think there's much confidence in people, believing that these people are going to allow this to be, let's just say, on the up and up. But nevertheless, I am saying this with confidence that I really believe that the American people have had enough. I don't think the Kamala Harris voters are coming out for Kamala Harris. This is the results of the machine bussing around countless individuals with her and making it seem like she's beloved. When you have people who are filthy rich, and I'm not talking about people who do good for themselves. We're talking about billionaires, corporations. When you have these tools, these machines that always seem to run everything, always seem to have control over everything, currently pushing this person, no one is feeling confident about a Kamala Harris. I don't think women are comfortable and feel safe leaving their kids with a Kamala Harris administration. People are fed up. People are fed up. And I just, after 2020, I was confident going in because I felt like, hey. But then really I started to feel like, something is wrong. Like, something is wrong. And, of course, again, they will try their shenanigans. This is what they do. And we're not new to it. It's not that. I just believe that they counted on having the same amount of support or even more support and enthusiasm than they did during the last election cycle. And I believe that they thought that Kamala Harris would be something very, very different too as well. And she's not. She's not. me see what's going on in the chat on YouTube. Top chat. Let me see. Live chat. So far, it's Trump 62. Yeah, I mean, so far he's cooking. I really believe that so far he's cooking. So far, it's 105 to 72. It's 105 to 72. It's heating up, you guys. We're live right now on Rumble. Hold on, let me make sure. We're live on Rumble. Let's give them a warning. You guys, I need my energy drink. Woo. Woo, 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 woo. Whoa. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. It's getting crazy, you guys out there. Yeah, it's getting crazy out there, everybody. Please put it. If you're on YouTube, please put a like on this because we're going to have to bring the. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because somewhere around the world that is truly what time it is, and I am your host, the dopest political analyst on this planet, and the most fed former congressional and senatorial candidate of these United States of America. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. Here it is. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me get this. The energy is amazing right now, you guys. The energy is amazing right now, you guys. I want to say, give a round of applause for everybody. Hold on, wait, no, hold on. Because I definitely seen a YouTuber stealing my intro. It's crazy that these guys think that because they don't see me on YouTube that I'm somewhere not still using my same intro. But nevertheless, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because somewhere around the world that is truly what time it is, and I am your host, the dopest political analyst on this planet, and the most fed former congressional and senatorial candidate of these United States of America. Antone Tucker, Tony Montaga, Montaga, Tony X, a.k.a. the truth, a.k.a. the threat, a.k.a. the legend, a.k.a. Neo, and I'm here with you, and we're free. From the Matrix. I want to give a round of applause to everybody tuned in on Rumble, on X, on Instagram, and on YouTube. And I want to say thank you to everybody that is watching this after the show is done. We're going to go right to what it's looking like on the map for this battle for the White House. Let's see if I can get some control over this. Let me refresh it. So right now, as it stands, my boy Donald Trump is crushing it, 100 to 5 to 72, and we haven't called Texas. We haven't called a few states, but we do know that West Virginia is red. We know, looking at the map, that yeah, West Virginia is red. Kentucky is for Trump. Indiana is for Trump. Missouri's for Trump. Oklahoma's for Trump. Kamala Harris currently has Illinois. Sad, but she does. It's claimed and it's called for her. We figured that they was going to do that. I mean, you know, there's shenanigans, and there will always be shenanigans. New Jersey was called for Kamala. It was called for Kamala, but Trump was crushing it. He had 38.71%. He was crushing it, but they called New Jersey for Kamala. He was definitely up. And again, I truly believe in shenanigans. I know how this machine likes to operate. So, how are you guys feeling? Shout out to everybody in the chat on Rumble. They're definitely going in right now. Shout out to everybody on X, and shout out to everybody on Instagram. I see a lot more people trying to show up on my backup account, the New Right Party, on Instagram, because Instagram will not allow me to go live on my main account because, well, they just don't want people to hear the truth. Live P said he's feeling great. Praying for the state of North Carolina goes red. We're also praying that it goes red too as well. We're keeping an eye on Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is very, very important. And right now it says that Kamala Harris is up in Pennsylvania, 78 to 74.4 to 24.37. So that's not pretty good. I mean, not at all. But I mean, there's still ways around it outside of Pennsylvania. And I believe in shenanigans. Yeah, I see. People are saying they're feeling pretty good about this race, man. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're hoping. We're hoping. We're hoping. We're hoping. We're hoping. But Kamala Harris is up. They're saying, reporting in Pennsylvania, Kamala Harris is up. And she's up by a lot. I mean, she's up by a lot in Pennsylvania. So, but I am seeing that there is issues in Philadelphia. There was a ton of issues in Philadelphia, and this is the reason why he said law enforcement was on its way out there. So we'll see about that. I don't know too much about that. There's going to be a lot of mess coming from this election. Yeah, at first I thought this was going to be like a clear cut thing tonight, but in places where they have the capability, I'm sure that there's going to be a ton of shenanigans. I've seen that people have contacted me about polling stations in New Jersey that weren't even allowing voters to vote. So, in places where they have that capability for shenanigans, I expect shenanigans. I see you, Legacy in the building. I see Live P, man. Live P says, respectfully, any man voting for Kamala is soft. This is coming from Live P. This is what he's feeling right now. Let me see what this live chat on YouTube is saying. Where are you live? YouTube, what are you watching? We are live on Rumble. Everybody on YouTube who's watching on YouTube, we are live on Rumble on the Montaga podcast, as well as Instagram and on X. We're live. Mm, how is the Senate looking? Let's look at the Senate. All right, kind of took me off the page. Hold on, you guys. Let me refresh. Let's see if we can get back to where we was just at. Maybe I should have left well enough alone, right, you guys? Let's see what let's see if we can watch what's going on live on Fox. Let's see if we can critique this. Hold on. You know what, you guys? Anywhere
The
the
former governor
Democrats.
will now be Senator Jim Justice
So
in
the
West
Senate,
Virginia.
the Senate seat
34
right now
Democrats have
is
secured their
Republicans
seats in the
are
Senate and a long way
43
to go
to Democrats
in the
having
upper
34.
chamber as well.
We have a lot of raw vote totals starting to dump in from those early states. More Democracy 24 coverage ahead as we await the next round of poll closings.
There is a lot going on.
While we watch Fox News,
Trump is at
foxnews.com with
the
live
Senate
blogs,
is at
interactive features, and voter
43,
analysis.
34. Trump is up 105 to 72.
College Football Friday. Breakout star and
I mean, realistically speaking,
Caleb Johnson beats
oh my God, because I gotta put that down. I have to do something with this. There you go. Yeah, I had to stop the commercial. I couldn't let the commercial continue to keep going. We're at a place where there's so much riding on this, and you could expect that this party is going to do everything they can do to try to get as much of their shenanigans off as possible. I don't think that it would be wise to believe that these people are not going to try to get as much shenanigans going on as they possibly can. Trust me, it's going to be shenanigans central. And look what they was doing in Philly. They had people who was not able to register, and voting. Like it was no problem, no issue. Somebody that I know from Illinois said they didn't even check the ID. All they did was check the address, and that's all they wanted to check. It's crazy. I do think that people are tired overall. I think that people feel like enough's enough. There can't be an scapegoat, for everybody. You can't continue to keep feeling like the burden of everyone's happiness should be on the backs of Americans because somehow we have it good. And I really think that people have the misconception that it is like that for us. Like everybody here it's all milk and honey. And the Democrats worsened it by allowing people to come here under false pretenses. And then when they got here, they gave them all of these shiny new things. And then these illegals are just running around here and just propping it in front of people's faces. It's just like putting it straight in front of people's faces like it's a game. and people are seeing it, and they're becoming really, really, really upset because they're poor. They are struggling. They are dealing with a ton of things on their own. And to see people come here and just like, it's not even a skip in the line. It's just that you're not deserving. And to see people who don't deserve it at all come here and take it from people who I mean, there are people who really need help that are born and raised here. And it doesn't matter the color of this person's skin or the person's faith. If they've grown up here their whole entire life, they've never seen anything like this before. It's hard for me to believe that, because even if you look at the time when Joe Biden was running last year, so many states were still being called. The numbers were being ran in so fast because it was still enthusiasm behind Joe Biden running. I don't think that you see that in the Democrat Party right now with Kamala Harris. And I don't think that anyone could confidently say, like, oh, they're mobilized, they're energized. I don't think so. I honestly do not think so. I do not think so. Right now in New York, it's 8:23. Any other time we would have had so many numbers confirming a dominant win in New York. Just saying that she does win, right? All of these states that we see that are still, open, like where I'm at Central Time, it's 7:23. So of course we have time, you guys. I'm not saying we don't. By 9 o'clock tonight, 10 o'clock tonight, hopefully we should know, we should definitely know. We should know, for sure what is going on. And I want to say shout out to everybody that has endured, everybody that's been called the Nazis. Sometimes, telling the truth is gonna have people not like you. Sometimes telling the truth and speaking up is gonna have people dislike you. But medicine was never meant to taste great. I've never in my life, when I was growing up, remember someone taking cough syrup and really liking the taste of it. But in order for you to get better, you have to deal with the fact that you're sick. And sometimes even finding out that you're sick, people are afraid to find out that they're sick. There was a lot of people today too who are in Brooklyn. Black women, I spoke to two today, very enthusiastic about voting for President Donald Trump. The numbers are still at 105.72. We got Texas coming up. She won Illinois. He won Indiana. And he's winning Ohio by a smidget right now. It's 49.74 his way against her 49.56. So this is like a rabbit's hair. I don't know if the polls closed in Ohio already, but if they are still in fact open, I hope that you are out and you are voting and getting your voice heard, because if someone has told you that your voice doesn't matter or it doesn't count, that's absolutely incorrect. We need to make sure that we tip the scales. We definitely need the victory. Right now in Michigan, Kamala Harris is up her way 58-54. Donald Trump is at 39-57 in Michigan. And there's no numbers reported in Wisconsin. And there's no numbers being reported in Iowa as of right now. Again, she is up in Michigan and she is up in Pennsylvania. It seems as if Kamala Harris will take Pennsylvania. That's what it's looking like. And New York, the numbers are not being reported. Vermont, Kamala Harris seems to have locked it in at 66.44. Trump's 30.56%. New Hampshire, she has clearly looked like she takes it with 54.81 to Trump's 44.40. She has, let's see, the numbers are not up in Maine. The numbers are not up in Maine. There are some polling areas that have closed in Maine, though, that are clearly locked in blue. Virginia is looking like Trump at. Virginia is looking like Trump, but his margin is like by nothing. So it's a 49.23% his way and 49.12% her way in Virginia. Hopefully he gets to pick that up. And in North Carolina, it is 50.74 her way to his 48.26% North Carolina. So hopefully he'll be able to pick that up and kind of take that margin down and take North Carolina. It's hard to believe that North Carolina is going to go blue when Tennessee is already called for him and South Carolina is already called for him too. So hopefully we'll see what North Carolina is looking like. Georgia is looking like it's him, 55.07% to her 44.37%. And I believe that if he sweeps these, it is looking pretty much over for a Kamala Harris, you guys. You have to acknowledge how frightening it is that the legacy media could have gaslit more than half of the country to believe some of the most heinous lies about Donald Trump. Some of the most criminal acts that have taken place are now being defended, and the same individuals who took these criminal acts are now trying to say that Donald Trump is going to use the military to go after his enemies, and they're crying on TV saying it could be me, because I believe that these are bad actors. The people that are saying this, the people that are worried, are bad actors. You don't hear anything about Jeffrey Epstein's client list. Your United States government has trafficked hundreds of thousands of children in and around the nation, and no one has held them accountable. It was this United States of America that had cocaine in the White House. Can't make this up. Hold on, you guys. I gotta get these glasses are new, so they're kind of on my eyes. Hold on. It was this administration, the Biden-Harris administration, that allowed millions of illegals to pour into the border and rewarded these millions of criminals with your money. That's right, your money. Took your money. They took your money and they rewarded these criminals with your money. They've ignored the everyday common man and woman and told them repeatedly to be silent, be quiet, because for the great of mankind, you're going to have to suffer and pay a lot more for things because they say it's best. This doesn't affect them. Joe Biden's going to have protection for the rest of his life. So will Kamala Harris. These people are not going to worry about how their bills are going to be paid. They're not going to worry about how the groceries will be picked up. They're not going to worry about car fare, gas, nothing. There will always be someone there for the rest of their lives to go do these things for them. And these are the people who spent a great deal of the majority of their life not having to have this responsibility, telling you how to deal with this responsibility that you have. Yes, there are going to be people who are going to vote for Kamala. It's sad. And when it is all said and done, if I was Donald Trump's family, I would sue him. Look, he's a public figure. You can say he's ugly. You can say he's obnoxious. You can say you don't like his attitude. But you can't run around here for 8 years calling this man Hitler. There's 2 assassination attempts on his body. And you don't take responsibility for it. And instead of you dialing it down and completely stopping the rhetoric, you double down on it. You call his followers who were at Madison Square Garden Nazi sympathists and Nazis. You call them Klans members. You've used all the frightening boogeymen that you could muster and get and pull out of your butts. You went and got every single last one of them. Dracula, Frankenstein. Trump is up to, it's 170, it's 72 to 111 now. The votes are coming in for Trump, you guys. The votes is coming in for Donald Trump, you guys. And as they continue to keep going, he just continues to keep on crushing. And as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see like on the screen, but his numbers are rapidly changing. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing how his numbers are changing so much and how her numbers are so stagnant? We're watching this in real time, you guys. I'm looking at the numbers in real time, continuously jump up for Donald Trump. He's about to hit 18 million votes. She has 15 million. 133,000. He's at 17,861,000. His numbers are continuously jumping. They're changing. And they seem to be changing more rapidly than hers are. He should hit 18 million before she hits 15,500,000. She's at 15,237. He's at 17,961,000. If this number continues, if these trends continue to go like this, this is probably going to be the shellacking of the century. Let me see. Let me see who's in the building. Let me see. K.O. Frost in the building. I see my bro in the building. He was in the building. Shout out to True Beauty in the building. We live on X. We live on YouTube. And we live on Rumble. It's looking like it's cooking, y'all. Cause he's at 18,109,168. She's at 15,384,000. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? If the votes, I love you so much. 17 W Popo 76. I love you. I love you. I love every single last one of you Americans that had these people say some of the worst things they could say about anybody, about you. Trump is crushing it. Votes are pouring in. This is looking like Donald Trump is, man. Let's refresh the page. Polls to close in Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin very soon. So much is on the line. So many people stood up. So many people have had so much taken from them. So many people have had their family members, say horrible things. So many people have gone through so much. He's at 18,497,508 to her 15,678,660. She's still in the 15 millions. Now she's gonna come out of it. Let me see. So now they just jumped her up to 9 because he's about to jump to 19 million. So they just jumped up to 15. So she's about to hit 16 million. But he's about to hit 19 million, you guys, because as soon as I looked over and just double looked at her, I looked over there back at him and he's at 18,996,960. She's at 15,979,997. The numbers are coming in, you guys. They're pouring in, you guys. And his numbers continue to keep rising. They're not stagnant. She's at 16 million now. She just hit the 16 million mark. He's at 18,987,000. She's at 16,039,705. He's at 19 million. 11,995. Now he's at 19 million. 89,088. She's at 16 million and 64,000. His numbers jump incredibly. His numbers are jumping. Philly, it seemed like it was some shenanigans going on in Philly. We had Jerry the _ G just asked, what's going on in Philly? It seems like it was some shenanigans going on in Philly. I'm not really able to say too much as to what, but there's been some reports of some shenanigans going on in Philly. And she's up. She's up in Pennsylvania right now. As far as Pennsylvania is concerned, she's up in Pennsylvania. Let me see. Let's refresh this page. They're gonna call Pennsylvania for Kamala. You don't really have to like it. Whatever happens, after this, we'll have to figure out what's going on with the ballots and everything else. But for now, they're gonna try to call it for her. I feel sorry for the people of Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, she's up 69.4 to his 30.11. So I just feel sorry for the people of Pennsylvania. They're gonna have to count the ballots though. They're gonna have to count the ballots in Pennsylvania. They have shenanigans going on in Pennsylvania. We know there was shenanigans going on in Pennsylvania. Trump seems to be pulling out with Virginia, 49.48 to Harris's 48.82. And North Carolina seems to be going to Donald Trump with 52.60 to Kamala Harris's 46.46. Iowa seems to be going to Donald Trump with 51.33 to Kamala Harris's 47.96. And Pennsylvania, again, is going towards Kamala. Right now, Michigan is going towards Kamala, 55.69 to Donald Trump's 42.36. Nothing in Wisconsin yet. Minnesota yet. There's nothing being reported yet. Nothing in Iowa being reported yet. New York is not reporting the numbers as of yet. Shout out to the people in California that have voted for Donald Trump too. In Texas, Donald Trump is winning 52.45% to Kamala Harris's 46.31%. That is the great state of Texas. Louisiana is not calling anything just yet. Neither is New Mexico or Arizona is showing anything. You guys, my guy could be pulling this off today. We could be witnessing something crazy happening in front of us. Shout out to Green Eyes. I see you. What's up? But I think we need PA in Minnesota. Someone said, don't we need Minnesota and PA? We don't necessarily need Pennsylvania to win. There's still paths for us to win outside of Pennsylvania. But I do believe that there were shenanigans in Pennsylvania, and they're gonna wanna check those votes. They're gonna wanna check those ballots. They're gonna do everything they can to try to check those ballots. Trump is about to hit 20 million votes. Kamala Harris is at 16,700,000. He's at 19,978,000. I think that the people in PA need to stand up too. This is sad. This is really sad. This is really sad. Arizona is not giving us a numbers run just yet. They're not releasing their numbers yet. Neither is Louisiana. We can just give everything a check again. We'll refresh everything and get everything a check one more time. Donald Trump is at 20 million, and she is about to hit 17 million, but he's at 20 million, 100-some thousand. Okay, so let's see. New York is not calling anything. Pennsylvania is 69.4 her way to 30.11 his way. Virginia, it is 49-44 his way. Ohio is 51% to 47 his way. North Carolina is 52% his way to her 46%. Georgia is 55% to her 44%. Louisiana's not calling. Texas is at 52.55% to her 46 point. He's at 52.72%. I'm sorry, to her 46 point for 44 to her 46.4%. New Mexico shows nothing. Arizona's not counting anything just yet. Neither is Utah, neither is Colorado, and Kansas. She is up 52.33 to his 46.30. Nebraska's not counting anything. North Dakota, he is up 76.73% to her 21.5% in North Dakota. And Michigan, she is up 55.15% to his 42.91%. I think I said Ohio, he's already up. And in Pennsylvania, they have he has 31.13% to now her 68.2%. New York is still not called just yet. That's a lot of votes. That's a lot of votes in PA. That's a lot of votes. And I believe that a lot of them will be tossed out or could be tossed out. Because her lead went from 69 to now 67.99, and he's 31.17. We'll see. We'll see how Pennsylvania goes. I do know that authorities did have to be called to go to a polling station out there, but it's bad. Like even in New Jersey, he was crushing it. He was winning New Jersey, and then next thing you know, they call New Jersey for her. Kansas is going her way, 52.33 to his 46.30. As I said, the great state of Texas is going for Donald Trump. Let's go look at the numbers again. Let's refresh the page. Let's see where we are. He was at 20 million. Let me see where he is now. He's at 20,500,000. She's at 17,382,000. No, I'm sorry. He's at 20,718,000. She's at 17,500,000. Whew, you guys, man. This is like, it's like, you know what I mean? This is a lot. It's a lot that's going on. It's a lot. Arkansas is 49.51 his way to her 48%. So it's looking like he has taken Arkansas. Oklahoma is 65% his way. It's hard to believe he's going to lose Kansas like that, though. We'll see how that goes. Nebraska. Shout out to everybody tuning in on the gram. Shout out to everybody here on X. Shout out to everybody here on YouTube. And shout out to everybody. Press that. There we go. She played PA with that ad she had for the Jews and then said something different to the Muslims in Minnesota, pandering. Someone said that you know what? It would be good to have PA in Minnesota, but there's still more ways for us to win without both those states than not. So, fingers crossed. We're going to see how it goes with Pennsylvania. It went from her having a 69% lead to now 67%. Votes are being counted. Republicans do come out a lot more during uh, voting day, but there has been a lot of shenanigans in Pennsylvania, so we don't know what's going on there. But we do know the polls will be closing shortly because it is 8:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is 7:52 Central Time. And Harris is about to hit 18 million because she's at 17,800,000 and some odd thousand, and Trump is at 21,047,700. No, 354, I believe, right now. If my eyes are not deceiving me, and it's now 21,080,951. His numbers are going through the roof, you guys. This guy's numbers. Shout out to Sin. She said she needed a shot of tequila. Man, I don't drink, but I smoke, and I just don't want to smoke on this. I don't want to smoke on this stream here. I would much rather sip on my energy drink, vibe with you guys, and try my best to just keep my excitement to a maximum minimum. Right? You know what I mean? Just a nice a maximum minimum, something not too crazy. Yeah, smoke one for me, True Beauty. Shout out to you. You know I love you, baby girl. Always. Shout out to True Beauty in the building, you guys. I think what makes me dope as a gentleman is that the people who have come in my life through the good and the bad recognize how genuine my heart is, and to have somebody that who I've known since I was like 12 years old, still one of my closest friends. It means a great deal and a lot to me. She's an incredible mother. Her son is very talented. I don't get to say, much how proud I am of her, but I'm very proud of her. She just lost her father not too long ago, and he was a good man. He was a very good man. I was fortunate enough to meet him when I was a young man, and I do want to say that I believe he's proud of her too. I don't think for a minute, a second, that he doubts uh, how great of a mother she is. She's going to continue to be, and how great her son is going to be as a man. He's just all around well prepared. He's very, very well adjusted, and like I said, he's very talented. Plays football. He sings. He does other things in music. He's very, very talented, and he has a great mother. And shout out to them, man. Shout out to that's New York, you guys. That's Queens, New York. That's New York. So shout out to New York. Um, this has been a long 8-year battle, you guys. Of course, you expect, well, who wouldn't? These people have everything to lose, so of course they're gonna do everything they can do to try to, do the shenanigans. But man, the numbers are coming in, and 21,522,668 to Kamala Harris's 18,100,000. So he's at 21 5. Now, don't get me wrong, she's pretty close. She's pretty close. She's staying within 3 million votes. So that's pretty close. That's pretty close. She's staying within 3 million. It's pretty close. The numbers are consistently changing, and his numbers are going up fast. His numbers are going up fast. 1-7 said, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. It's going to be difficult to get rest. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's going to be very difficult to get rest. No one is sleeping. We need to know. I'm a hot mess, green eyes. Shout out to you. I see you. Man. So we're at 21,745,000 to 18,261,000. We're looking at the map now, and we're going to look at the numbers. And New York is not calling numbers yet, but PA is looking like her lead is continuing to drop. It's 66.47% to now his 32.69. So we're going to see how that turns out. Ohio is his way, 52 to her 47%. Virginia is his way, 49.66 to her 48.65. And North Carolina is his way, 54% to her 44%. Georgia is going his way, 52% to her 47%. And we don't have anything out of Louisiana just yet. Texas is going his way, 53.64 to her 45.14. We don't have anything in New Mexico, nothing yet in Arizona, nothing in Utah, nothing yet in Colorado. She is up in Kansas, 51% to his 46%. It's not called, of course, but she is up there. And Nebraska, nothing. South Dakota, nothing. Iowa, nothing. We can definitely consider South Dakota going for Trump. Minnesota, nothing just yet. Number-wise, Wisconsin, no numbers are up yet. In Michigan, she is up 54% to his 43%. Minnesota, nothing there. North Dakota, he has 75.79% to her 22%. You might as well just call North Dakota. Somebody might as well just call that for him. Nothing is being called in Cali. And is now down. Her lead in Pennsylvania is now from 66 to 65.40, and he is up 33.74. Pennsylvania is going to be really, really, really close to watch, you guys. They're, like I said, they're just pouring anybody in, letting anybody go in. Reportedly, this is what they're saying. I don't have physical proof of it, and I need to make sure that I reiterate that for YouTube purposes and services and everything else. But shout out to everybody that's watching on X. Shout out to everybody that's watching here on Rumble. And shout out to everybody that's watching on Instagram. You know, I love the crap out of you guys. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Voting for Trump because of January 6th. I was like, okay. So, yeah, sin. Jesus is coming soon. That's what Echo Man 1185 said in the chat just now on YouTube. He said Jesus is coming soon. He says America has turned away from God. He says, hold on, let me get this young man. Why didn't I let me get his? Okay. He says America has turned away from God. He will now turn his back to this country. Destruction is coming soon. Get right with the Lord. Well, look at this brother being prophetic. I don't know. In that case, I do believe that God is unhappy with the country, but I do believe that there are more good people in this nation than there are bad people. I think if you leave it up to what you see in front of you and what's promoted to you, then definitely you're going to believe that this country is filled with bad people. Okay, we just had a state called for Kamala. Let me see. And that is Colorado. Just went blue for Kamala. Colorado just went blue for Kamala. You knew Kamala was going to get Colorado. She is at 19 million votes right now. And Donald Trump is at 22,800,000. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. North Dakota for Trump. Wyoming is looking for Trump. South Dakota is for Trump. Mississippi, hold on. Well, let me just, hold on, wait. Now let me move. Okay, just refresh it one time. Damn, that just jumped crazy, you guys. So we're at 175. Instagram just cut us off. Let's see if we can get Instagram on here again. Whoa. 178 to 113, you guys, electoral college votes. Woo, woo, woo. This is heating up. This is heating up. And her lead is down to 63.75 to his 35.39. Hopefully he pulls this off. I hope he comes back. Please, PA. Let's get the Instagram viewers back in here. Let's get the Instagram viewers back in here. Whoa, and you know what happens too? Shout out to everybody on Instagram. This is part 2 to election day. This is part 2 on the coverage. I'm sorry it cut us off. It cut us off because I think that we only have like a certain time limit here on Instagram. Shout out to everybody who is still watching on X and everybody who is watching on Rumble and everyone who's watching on YouTube. Shout out to you guys. We are back here in this building. Man, it is looking like it's looking real out here. It is looking real out here. Let me see. Where is my chart at? Okay, so we're at 178 electoral college votes to 113 electoral college votes. This is the race to 270 electoral college votes. And so far, Louisiana is being called for Trump. So is Mississippi. So is Alabama. It's going to be Georgia too. It will be North Carolina. Those haven't flipped red yet. It's not showing it, but it's just saying his percentage if you're looking at the screen. And Virginia too as well. Ohio, he is winning. In Pennsylvania, he is closing the gap and has been closing the gap. Her lead has went down substantially and is continuing to go down. He's continuing to climb. He is down reported maybe 700 and some odd thousand votes. I believe that he would need maybe like 400,000 votes to pull this off. Are they there? Is Pennsylvanians coming out? Are they coming out to be heard? I hope that they are. We have Michigan looking like it's going for her. Nothing in Wisconsin, nothing in Minnesota just yet, nothing in Iowa. It looks like he's pulling off Iowa with a shellacking in Iowa. South Dakota is called for him. North Dakota is called for him. Wyoming is called for him, but they don't have the numbers just up just yet. And we have Nebraska is being called for him, but it's showing that she has. It's being called, it's red, and it's being called, it says that she has 57% to his 41.22%, so that's a little strange. We're going to figure out how that is, but it seems like counties are being called and they're super red, and there's some in between, but the votes are very, very close, with her having 100 some odd thousand to his 98,000. So the votes are coming in pretty close. So I guess it's going to lean towards his way. Right now, they'd have it at her having a 57 to his 41 in Nebraska, but when you just look at it for the map, it's looking like it's being called red. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Kansas is being called red too, but it's saying her way. Seems pretty funny, you guys. Missouri, they're giving her higher voting numbers, but they're going red with him. I'm trying to figure out like what is going on because we know this is the presidential race. Arkansas, he's up. But in Kansas, they have her up. And in Missouri, they have her up, but they have it red. So we're going to see. Let me see. Fox News calls Kansas for Republicans. called Louisiana. So even though it's not there, the votes haven't been tallied yet. It's gonna end up going his way, is what they're saying. New York is gonna go for Kamala Harris. It's been called for Kamala Harris. Delaware's been called for Kamala Harris. Maryland's been called for Kamala Harris. Rhode Island. Connecticut. Illinois. Massachusetts. New Jersey. Maine. The District of Columbia. Vermont. And for Donald, it has called Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, South Carolina. It has called Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, Missouri, Mississippi, Connecticut. Mississippi, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Wyoming, Texas, South Dakota, Nebraska, these are the districts that they're calling. Nebraska, Louisiana's called for Trump, Kansas is called for Trump. And we're at 178 electoral college votes to 113, you guys. This is what it's looking like for our path. Whew. Green Eye says she's ashamed to be in Connecticut. I would be too, though. I would be too. She is down in Pennsylvania, down to 61% to his 37.91%. So he's continuing to climb on the numbers. Hopefully, again, he pulls it off. I'm hoping and praying that he does. Sonny said, I gotta move out of New York. It's the white liberals in New York. I'm telling you, they're bad people. They are very bad people. They are bad people. There's no way around it. They are very, very bad people. Liberals in New York are very bad people. They're very, very bad people. That mindset, and I believe there was a ton of shenanigans in New York. She had 71.75% of the votes in New York. He became very close in Rhode Island, though. I mean, he was very competitive in a lot of these areas. New Hampshire is going her way, and I'm pretty sure they're going to call it for her, but he's doing his thing there, too. He's pretty close, within 10 points of her in New Hampshire. We're talking about, like, liberal, stone cold liberal. In Michigan, she's up 52 to his 45%, but it was higher than that, so he's climbing up in the numbers in Michigan. I'm going to keep an eye on Michigan. Nothing in Wisconsin. Minnesota, he is crushing in Minnesota. He is 67 to her 0. In Minnesota, where her governor, where her vice president, I believe, is from, and he's their representative there in Minnesota, he is currently crushing her in Minnesota. 67.7 to her 39.93. This isn't even a joke. This is so serious right now. In Iowa, he is crushing her too. 64 to her 34%. I think that Wisconsin is going to go where Iowa and Minnesota is going. You guys, it's hard for me to believe that it's just not going to go there. And if he gets what it's looking like he's going to get with these three right here, man, if Pennsylvania is if the shenanigans of Pennsylvania, if we are actually back leading in North Carolina, we're leading in North Carolina. North Carolina, we are up 51.91% to 47.9%. And let me give you all the breakdown again. So as far as the map is, let's just refresh the map. Let's refresh the polling map. Let's look at the numbers. For everybody who's watching now, who's tuned in on X, who's tuned in on Rumble, everyone who's tuned in on Instagram and on YouTube, we are going to break the numbers down. If you want to see the actual screen, you need to go to Rumble, type in the Montaga podcast, and you can continuously watch the map with me as we watch it up to date together. And we are at the electoral college votes are 178 to Trump and 113 Kamala Harris. And now we're going to go after we refresh this again. We're going to go to the states. We're going to count the states to see where we are statewide. Okay, so New York has gone for Trump, 71 to his 28%. Pennsylvania is now, Kamala Harris' lead went from 70% now to 59% to his 39%. So he is coming in and he is trying to pull off Pennsylvania. And Ohio, he is leading 54.3% to her 45.19%. He won Indiana 59% to her 38%. Right now, he is down 40. He's at 45% to her 52% in Michigan. He is obliterating her in Wisconsin with 62.43% to her 36.48%. He is obliterating her in Minnesota, where her VP pick is from, to her 30% to his 67%. And he is squashing her in Iowa, 53% to her 45%. She has squashed him completely, 59% to his 38% in Illinois, but we know the shenanigans that go on there, the shenanigans. Then we go down to Virginia, and he is narrowly trying to pull it off with his 49.67% to her 48.62%. This is razor close, very close, Virginia, you guys. It's not a comfortable win for him. He is struggling out there. It is looking like, the shenanigans, but he is trying his best. And in North Carolina, he is up 51.96% to her 47.3%. We don't think that she's going to be able to pull it off in North Carolina. Virginia is a nail biter right now with his 49.67% to her 48.62%. That's a full point, but still in all, it's just a nail biter. Georgia, he is squashing in Georgia 52.66% to her 46.73%. And in New Mexico, he is crushing her currently with 72.69% of the vote to her 26.6% of the vote. Utah's nothing just yet. Nebraska is nothing. Nevada is nothing. With nothing reported. Arizona, nothing is reported. California, nothing has been reported. Oregon, nothing has been reported. Washington State, nothing has been reported. Idaho, nothing has been reported. And in Montana, nothing has been reported. I suspect Montana is going to go red. And we are at We are at 195 electoral college votes to her 113 electoral college votes, you guys. We are at 195 electoral college votes to her 113 electoral college votes. You guys, let's give a bomb. I want to make sure that everybody that's part of my team, when it's time for us to go to this inauguration, make sure you bring your best. Make sure you dress to the T. It's going to be cold. So bring out your flyers, cold coat. The tears will be frozen. I shouldn't do this early. Should not do this early. Let me stop. I really feel like Donald Trump is at 195 electoral college votes to Kamala Harris's 113. Because I dealt with the trauma of how they treated us. I remember them closing the windows down. I remember all the shenanigans. I took the heartache. You had platforms like Instagram and YouTube that were silencing opposing thought. They said that we were horrible people. They demonetized us, deplatformed us. And I believe with this election, we're going to have retribution like you have never thought before. I believe that RFK Jr. is going to step to business. And I'm going to be one of the front runners in holding these people accountable for what it is that they've done. Kamala Harris is at 113 electoral college votes still, and Donald Trump is at 195. This is still going. Man, there's a lot of states that haven't been called yet. They haven't called Georgia yet, but he's at 52.40, 52.66. She's at 46.73. And with the North Carolina, he's 41%, 0.98 to her 47.1. And Virginia, he is at 49.55 to her 48.74. So it is neck and neck in Virginia, you guys. And Pennsylvania, it is now 40% to 58%. Donald Trump, it is coming back. He is coming back. He is trying to fight. The fight is going on in Pennsylvania in real time, you guys. In Michigan, he is pulling up. Now he's at 44.41% to her 53.73%. And in Wisconsin, he is crushing her 60% to her 38%. In Minnesota, he's crushing 67% to her 30%. And in, yeah, that's Wisconsin. Let me see. This is Minnesota, 67% to her 30%. And in Iowa, in Iowa, it says he's losing Iowa. Hold on. In Iowa, he's losing. She is crushing him, 58 to 40% in Iowa, you guys. I could swear I just was calling Iowa for him, though. Yeah, this is looking funny. So he's at, so let me see the votes. He's at 68,000 to her 97,000. He's at 40% of the vote to her 58% of the vote. So can't really, but he is destroying her in Minnesota. And in Wisconsin. He was killing her in Iowa, though. Good score he was. She crushed him in Illinois, so we already said that. And he is losing in Michigan to her, but the numbers are coming up. His numbers are coming up. So we'll see how that looks. Pennsylvania, she is at 47%, 57% now to his 41%. He has 600 some odd thousand votes to her 800 some odd thousand votes. Virginia, he is at 49.62% to her 48.67%. And he is winning North Carolina 50%, 0.30 to her 48.66%. So they're definitely trying to pull a rabbit out of the old hat here in North Carolina too as well. It's going to be a watching state. Georgia is 52.80% to her 56.59%. She is winning in Michigan again, losing in Minnesota, and in Iowa she is losing. They're saying in Nebraska that she has 50-something%. That's crazy. It's being called for him already, though. South Dakota. We'll where we at in Montana? Nothing yet. Nothing in Iowa. Nothing in Oregon. Georgia, he's at 52% of the vote to her 46. And New Mexico, he is at 46 to her 51%. That's kind of strange. We'll see. Carolina, what's up with you? $195 electoral college votes to 113. $28 million and 25 million people. This is a nail biter. 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 In Iowa, she is now up 48 to his 40%. And he is now in Minnesota down 59%. He just was up 70% to her 38.7%. And Wisconsin is 57% now to her 40%. This is crazy. Remember, it was just up 60 something percent. In Michigan, she's is 44.74 to her 53.4. So she's still stepping on him. And she is up now because she was just at 55. Was she at 55% in Pennsylvania? Did she go all the way down, or was it 56? I think. And he's at 42 now percent to her 47.10. Pennsylvania is going to be a nail biter. Virginia is 49.63 his way to 48.65 her way. And North Carolina is 50.62 his way to her 48.33. Georgia is 52.7 his way to her 47.31. New Mexico, she is up 51 to his 47. He is winning Minnesota by 59 points to her 38. He is winning Wisconsin 55 to her 43. He is losing Michigan. Hold on. He's losing Michigan 53 to 44. And she is stepping on him in Iowa 47 to 41. And that changed very fast because it wasn't just like that. But hey. Michigan, she is stepping 53 to 44. And in PA, she now has a 56.93%. He is climbing 42.19. So she's stepping, but she's not stepping away with it. It doesn't look like she's going to run away with it. And this looks like this is a real fight in Pennsylvania, you guys. Because she was just up. She was up an incredible amount. It's 49.60%. To her 48.69% in Virginia. So that's a very close race too as well. And in North Carolina, he is up 50.62% to her 48.33%. And he is up in Mississippi 59% to her 38%. South Carolina has been called for Donald Trump already. Tennessee has been called for him. Wyoming has been called for him. The numbers are not up in Wyoming, but they've called Wyoming for him already. Texas has called for him. Oklahoma. Yes, he's less than 100 electoral college. That's what we're reporting right now too. He is less than 100 electoral college away. He is at 195 electoral college votes to Kamala Harris's 113. Donald Trump is less than 100 electoral college votes away from securing the White House and being the president of these United States of America again. I'm getting my pardon. This time around, I need the pardon. We're gonna make sure Tony X get the pardon. I don't need to have a felony on my record anymore. This is hard fought. Damn it, I deserve this. Pardon yourself too, my nigga Trump. Ah, man, we are less than 100 points away from being the deciding factor on what the future is going to look like for our children. We do not want violence. We don't want to take over anyone's bodies. We're going to go after the very corrupt individuals that have rolled the coattails of America into the hellfire. People who have caused countless of lives to suffer due to someone losing their life from pharmaceutical medications or somebody who has suffered the loss of a loved one from pharmaceutical medications. We're going to take control over our food sources. We're going to take control over the right to be able to defend our families. We're going to take control over our country. We're going to take control over our nation. No more reading pedophile books to children in schools. It will be completely outlawed. It will be completely outlawed. You will not be able to read that kind of material to anyone's child. What is wrong with you? Yeah, these sick teachers, these pedophiles who took these jobs just so they could be around children, all should be afraid. Every single last one of you. The agenda to sexualize our children, confuse our children, those days are numbered. They're numbered. Those days are numbered. He is at 30 million votes. 30,641,030 to her 27,500,000. 30,641,000. No more drag queen story times. That's right. Shout out to Darius checking in from Austin, Texas. I don't really be on YouTube, you guys. So for everybody who's watching on YouTube, I don't really be on YouTube. That's why the numbers is like this. We haven't really had content on YouTube for a very long time. YouTube practices a great deal of censoring. It's counterproductive to the conversation. It doesn't allow people to be addressed when they're incorrect. And it doesn't allow content creators to accurately detail their own personal growth. Well, as we look at the map here, let's just go down a bit of memory lane. A great deal of you who have been supporters of mine, she's at 113 electoral college votes to his 195. Just to give you guys an update. If you are, longtime followers of mine, then you when I first started out, I was, pretty brash. I used a great deal of foul language. And although it was entertaining, sometimes it was a bit excessive, and it changed the conversation a great deal because it didn't allow us to give content to our children that maybe they should have heard because it would have came from a different perspective. No one wants to give their child something that it's hard to listen to yourself. So with time, we've changed. This platform has changed. We've changed a great deal. And we've done a lot in terms of just not being as vulgar. And YouTube stifled that growth. It stifled it. It didn't allow people to actually grow with the platform. So there are a lot of people who've missed out on the changes that we ourselves have made. Nevertheless, we're still proud of them. And the YouTube channel still exists. We do have over 18,000 subscribers on YouTube. I just haven't really used the channel for myself and for politics in the last maybe 4 years or at least 3 years. Live P said, them PASS states she won need to be defunded. No, they don't. They don't need to be defunded. I'm not upset with people who believe what it is that they saw on the media. But if I was Donald Trump's family, I would hold them accountable because Donald Trump is a personal figure. You can make fun of his personal appearance, you can make fun of his voice, how he talks, all of that's fair game, but you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. You went for the last 8 years saying that this man was Hitler. That is absolutely ridiculous. That's incredibly crazy. And for you to continuously keep saying it and doubling down on it, two people tried to take this man's life. And because two people tried to take this man's life, I think that we can definitely point out the people who have said these horrible lies about him. The Democrat Party, as well as the salacious surrogates, the mainstream media. And they've just continued to keep saying it. In regards to people who really suffered, they keep comparing January 6th to 9/11. How do you do that? Do you not see the human bodies that were jumping from that building? This is what these people think. They think that we are stupid. This is what you're looking at on this board. The numbers are as such, as of right now. 31,868,042 to 28,688,010. Donald Trump has 31 million votes to her 28 million votes. She has 117 electoral college votes. He has 195 electoral college votes. You guys. He has less than 100 votes. He needs 270. He needs 270. He needs 270. That's what he needs to get it. He needs 270 votes. He has 195 votes right now. Donald Trump is cooking. Donald Trump is cooking. Ninety more electoral college votes. It's a wrap. It's over. That's a shoo-in. There's a lot to be counted. We're not done. We can't celebrate, but it is looking promising right now for those patriots that love this nation. We are at 32,524,927 to her 29,661,091. He is up 57 to 40 in Minnesota. She is up 56 to 42 in Iowa. In Wisconsin, she took the lead just now with 50 to 48 in Wisconsin. Funny, huh, you guys? Do you not hear this? She took the lead in Wisconsin, you guys. He has the lead 57 in Minnesota. She took the lead in Wisconsin. And she has the lead 52 to 46 in Iowa. 56 to 42 in Iowa. She has a lead. And she currently has a lead 50.14 to 48.32 in Wisconsin. She's leading in Michigan 53 to 45. Pennsylvania, she is leading 54 to 44. He is leading in Virginia 50 to 48. He is leading in North Carolina 51 to 47. He is leading in Georgia 52 to 42. He's leading in New Mexico 51 to 47. Arizona's not called yet. Don't see nothing in Idaho or Montana. He's fighting for Pennsylvania. It's 53 her way. She's crushing to 45. It was just 43. It's 45.92 his way. So he's trying his best to fight for PA. He's trying. She won Colorado 53 to 44. He is winning New Mexico. She is winning Wisconsin 51 to 47. In Iowa, she is running away with Iowa 56% to 42. And she's pulling in on Minnesota. He is 57. Well, he's kind of stepping. He's definitely stepping in Minnesota. 57 to 40. 51% in Wisconsin to 47%. Hopefully, Wisconsin is get these. Let's get these votes. Let's find those people who are patriots out there, and then hopefully their votes get counted. She is winning in Michigan too. New York City was called for Kamala Harris. They're not showing the numbers for New York, but they've called New York for Kamala Harris. And New Jersey. In New York, the numbers is 1,162,887 for Trump, and for Kamala Harris is 157,191. I think they might still be kind of calling or checking votes there too. Let me see something. See if it's still changing. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be changing. I thought I just saw it change in front of my face, though. Could have changed in front of my face. A lot of people said they need to hurry up so I can go home. We at 195 electoral college votes to 117. The people who voted for Kamala Harris's economy are people who were easily influenced and fooled, people who were raised to believe in being good, and they're just misled. I think that after, God willing, because they're trying, they're trying their best to do their shenanigans, you guys. They're trying their best to do their shenanigans. But God willing, that is, they don't do it, they can't do it. God willing, that is not the case. We had 34 million to 30 million in votes. But God willing, that's not the case. And he prevails. But you guys out there, before you ever had your eyes open. A lot of you thought the criminal justice system was on the up and up. You were out there arguing tooth and nails. The justice system is not blindly racist. It doesn't target specific group of people. It can't be weaponized. And a lot of people who were the turning point Republicans are, and I'm not against them. I'm just being honest. There were a lot of people who were stating that there's no such thing as systemic racism, but then turned around and said Joe Biden's crack cocaine law was racist. So we can't have it both ways. In one way, they acknowledged it, and then in another way, they just didn't acknowledge it at all. You know, they kind of, you make up something and you say something, but you're not really just being honest. It's just not being genuine at all. And then fast forward, they see that the criminal justice system was turned and weaponized against Donald Trump. But it was already weaponized against him when they went after General Flynn, when they went after his cabinet. I mean, it's been weaponized. We've seen it weaponized. So it's not far-fetched to believe that if they wanted to target a specific group of individuals, that they could do so willingly. The numbers of people reporting saying, oh, well, blacks are arrested more than any other race. Yeah, they're also more acquitted than any other race, too. They're more likely to be acquitted of their crime that they're arrested for than not. Then COVID came in and you had our brothers and sisters who shouldn't be in uniform serving the people, locking people up because they weren't wearing masks, because they weren't 6 feet apart, because they were going to churches. Like, this is how these people have conditioned the American people. People were outside delusional because they didn't want to go into an elevator because someone would not cover their face. This is how they had. So if the population is this emotionally damaged, then intellectually you would have to believe it's the same thing. If someone almost always reacts using their emotions, then certainly you can always predict the person's reaction. And they manipulated the population to such a degree that I believe that the people who need to come out to vote for her are not coming out to vote for her. A lot of these numbers. She's up in Iowa. He is up in Minnesota, 58. It's 47 to 50 in Wisconsin, so it's close, but she's still stepping. Pennsylvania is now 51% to his 47% in Pennsylvania. You guys, this is coming down to a nail biter in Pennsylvania. And Virginia, he still currently has his lead. In North Carolina, he still has his lead. He still has his lead in Georgia. And he still has his lead in New Mexico, although slight, 49.92% to her 48.39%. She is crushed in Colorado, and she is crushing in Iowa, 54 to his 44.35%. You know, the people who support Kamala Harris, again, are people who drank the Kool-Aid. I don't fault people for wanting to be better. I do fault them for believing that they're better than other people simply because of their beliefs and not because of their actions. I do fault my brothers and sisters on the left who, instead of coming with accurate information, the first thing you almost always see these people do online is attack you, whether it's your support about Donald Trump or your physical presence or because of your color. How could you support a man because of his physical color? And the whole idea of having to love someone based on what a group of strangers thinks is the dumbest thing I could ever think about. It's the dumbest thing to consider. I believe it's the most ignorant thing that you can ask someone in particular, because how could you even open your mouth to suggest it? But in order to appease your feelings, you're self-centered, and a great deal of you are. And this is not me trying to insult you, because at some point I was too myself. There are a lot of people who that once were liberal or had a liberal thinking mindset that thought that, their ideas were the best ideas because they really just want to help people. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to help people, but sometimes the ideas just don't help. You've consistently gone into impoverished areas with your ideas, and they're still poor. You've been working at it for over 60 years. You've been working at it for over 60 years. And for 60 years, you haven't got it right. You shush people when they have a grievance. When they want to actually say they need something, you put entertainers in front of them, and the entertainers who are well off or people who are just paid to promote propaganda. These entertainers tell these poor people, hush down, quiet down now. Master's talking, everything's gonna be all right. Master's gonna make sure everything's all right. Everything's gonna be all right if you just listen to Master. And for a while, it worked. Then people started to realize that these actors, entertainers, they're not necessarily individuals. They're not people that you run into or bump shoulders with when you go to the grocery store. You know, they're not people that you run into when you go to a parent-teacher conference. They don't go to the store shop at all. They have people who do it for them. They have people who do everything for them. So what matters to you really doesn't matter to them. What matters to them is being paid. These people that you see that are in Hollywood almost always are talentless. And they're given a platform, they're promoted extensively by this machine, and you are basically forced to like these individuals because you see them so much, you get used to seeing them so much that you just end up liking the person. There are tons of people who've heard music, they thought this is repulsive. And you've heard it so much over and over and over again, you started to sing the song, sing the song, sing the song, and it's only happened that way because you've heard it so much. Well, people have now realized that these entertainers, these athletes, these people who are coming up and they're speaking, that they're just products. Kamala Harris paying Megan Thee Stallion or Beyonce to come speak for her is just as significant as if this rapper right here could talk and speak to me. It would be just as important to me as this rapper talking to me about politics. It would be just as important to me as this Faithful Few mug that you can get from faithfulfew.com. You can get this Faithful Few mug from faithfulfew.com. But it would just be just as much as, because it's a product. This is my sister's cup. She's her companies, great companies for patriots. But it's just a product. It's not a real person. It's not somebody that under normal circumstances you would find yourself really emotionally attached to. It's not somebody that if when you saw them, the only reason why you liked them is because you saw them so much on television. Then this thing started to come out called Pizzagate. Then you had a guy named Jeffrey Epstein get exposed, and you heard that former presidents were on his island. You hear all these people on his island, and you hear no one being arrested in connection to it. Just the lady and him, and just as fast as the lady and him, she got put away, and everything got silent, and no one talked about the people who were on that island. They went about censoring as many Americans as they possibly could in order to stop the questioning about what it was that these individuals were doing. And there were a great deal of, she said 32 million to his 36 million. There was a great deal of individuals who, in Hollywood, if not exposed completely, were certainly compromised, especially after Harvey Weinstein was exposed. Diddy coming out, now Diddy being exposed. And this is not something that's just, they're all intertwined. And this disgusting behavior goes on in the industry with people who, not just men, but women too, have power. They're taught to believe that they're better than you and I. And what you're looking at as this screen is showing you, Donald Trump has 36,474,794 votes to her. 32,441,000. This is showing you, you guys. This is showing you, you guys. New Hampshire's been called for Kamala. We don't care. This is showing you, you guys, that the people are tired. You can't continue to send a product and the product tell us, shush up. Be quiet. You guys be quiet. Her base ran from her the moment that she said she loves Liz and Dick Cheney. She said she loved the Dick Cheney. That's what she said. She loves the Dick Cheney. She loves the Dick Cheney. Her base was like, no. The only thing they could think of was war. The only thing they could think of is war. 32,618,000 to 36,759,000. Let's keep this up here for now, right? And let's go to, let me look at what's happening on Fox. Let's look at what's happening on Fox or Twitter. Let me see. Elon Musk showing the baddies voting for Trump. They voted for Trump. All the family members voted for Trump. Yeah, everybody on Twitter right now doing their Trump dance, eating their McDonald's fries. People wearing their garbage bags to go vote. Man, boom. Boom. Oh my God, that was horrible. Let me see. That was a bad accident. Yeah, he's probably dead. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm looking at something on Twitter. Man. Okay, you guys, give me, I need everybody, please. I need about a 2 minute bathroom break. I'll be right back. We will be right back. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. This is about to be the Donald Trump train. This is the Trump train. I did it for the Trump gang. Trump train for the Trump gang. Hold on, wait a minute, you guys, because I gotta put on. You know I gotta put them on. I gotta put them on. I gotta put on the Trump cheesies for the victory. For the victory. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. Let me put my sneakers on. Ooh. Little tight getting this. Get this on the foot. Tight. Here we go. Yeah, we gotta get them Trump cheesies on. We gotta put on them Trumps. Those were so funny for now. I had to get them, right? When it was like 1,000 pairs, I was like, all right, I gotta get me a pair of sneakers. I gotta get me a pair of them Trump cheesies. You know what I mean? if we're gonna win, we're gonna win big. We're gonna win bigly. We're gonna win bigly. Bigly, we're gonna win bigly. Bigly. We're going to update it. We're at 195 to 117. We're at 37,768,000 to 33 million. We're up damn near 4 million votes. We're up damn near 4 million votes. You guys. .95% of Pennsylvania to 51.15. He is trying to pull Pennsylvania off with these votes, you guys. Iowa is 47 to him to 51 Hoey. He is up in Minnesota 56 to 41. And she is up in Michigan 51-46. He is up 50 to 48 in Virginia. He is up 52 to 46 in North Carolina. And he is up 52-47 in Georgia. He is up 50 to 48 in New Mexico. Arizona's not called yet. Utah's not called yet. California's not called yet. We don't have no numbers going on in these places. But he is still winning in Minnesota. And he is trying to climb back in Iowa. She is up 51-50 to his 47-23. And she is right now in Wisconsin. He's pulled it back up. He's actually winning Wisconsin by a very small margin. So it is 49.11 to 49.35. So he is winning. Wisconsin is back now in play for us. Wisconsin is back now in play for us. It is close, 49.35% in Wisconsin. This is close. This is heated up. This is close. This is very, very, very close. Vote count. We are at 38,236,536 to 33,846,757. Electoral college votes is 117 for Kamala Harris and 195 for Donald J. Trump. This is where we are. Where we at, it says, this coming from someone who was lifelong Democrat, now Republican. Well, shout out to you for changing your life, and now you're a Republican. We are voting Trump and Vance, baby. Yeah, I believe that Vance is definitely going to be the future of the Republican Party and is going to do a great deal of Republican. I think there's going to be, we're at 200 votes, you guys. We have 200 electoral college votes to 117. Donald Trump has 205 electoral college votes to Kamala Harris's 117. We are 65 votes away from securing the victory. We are 65 electoral college votes away from securing the victory, you guys. He is winning Wisconsin 49-64. to 48.83. He is winning Minnesota 56.95 to her 41.11. He is now almost tied with her in Ohio. It's 649, 61 her way, 49-10 him. And he is again up in Wisconsin, 49.63. We're gonna go to Michigan. She is up 50 now. It was 51. She's up 50.80 to his 47.42. And in Pennsylvania, it is neck and neck, with it now being 49.73 her way to 49.36 his way. And she is up by a very small percentage point. His numbers are currently still changing while I'm watching on the screen. This is a nail biter. Pennsylvania is going to be very close, but I believe that Donald Trump is going to pull it off. Virginia gets pulled off by Donald Trump. It is 50 to 48 his way. You have North Carolina, which is 51.95. Hold on, you guys. We gotta put part 2 on this, because then we're gonna have to go back live on Instagram and do a part 3. For election. Two. Share that up there. And now let's go live again. Hold on, wait. Let's cancel that. And let's put at Montaga mentioned you, because we gotta let them know I'm mentioning them. All right, let them know we're going back live again. Donald Trump has North Carolina 51.95 to her 46.99. Donald Trump has Georgia 52.21% to her 47.14%. And Donald Trump is at 49.38% in Pennsylvania to her 49.70%. This is very close, but Donald Trump is crushing. Montana is going to Donald Trump for 28.3% to her 26.41%. Wyoming is going for Trump. It says she has 49.64 to his 49.4, but it's called for Trump. It's been called for Trump. Utah has been called for Trump. Trump is at 205 electoral college votes. He has 40,195,463 to her 35,500,000. This is not even. This is like, it's at 49.59 to 49.49, and Pennsylvania is her way. She is up by a point of a point. she is like narrowly winning PA, you guys. It's 49.59 to 49.49 Trump. Trump is fighting. It no matter the shenanigans. This goes to show you that the shenanigans that North Carolina, he's getting North Carolina's done. This shows you that the shenanigans, you guys, it is 205 electoral college votes to 117. I want to go. Let's look at Fox. Let's listen to Fox. Let's play some Fox. Let's listen to what Fox has to say. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Thank you for supporting this platform. Thank you. And maybe YouTube can hear me better. Ooh-wee, you guys. Man. Yeah, buddy. That's right. Yeah, buddy. Let's see what Fox has to say. Man, this is electric, you guys. This is electric. This is electric. He has taken the lead in Pennsylvania, 49.82 to 49.27. Donald Trump is taking the lead in Pennsylvania, you guys. Donald Trump is taking the lead in Pennsylvania, you guys. Donald Trump has taken the lead in Pennsylvania, you guys. Ha ha ha! Donald Trump took the lead in Pennsylvania. It's currently 49.83 to 49.25. Donald Trump is about to crush the 50% threshold. And Donald Trump is about to hit the 52% threshold. We are still losing Michigan 47.59 to her 50.65. We are now up in Iowa 50.42 to her 48.27. And we are up in Minnesota 56.95 to 41. You guys, this is good night. Tonight we find out who the president of the United States of America is. Donald Trump is taking Pennsylvania. He is at 50.8% to 49.1% in Pennsylvania, you guys. He is at 205 electoral college votes. That man needs 65 electoral college votes. I would just say 70 to seal the deal. She is at 117 electoral college votes. Donald Trump has come back from the crazy lead she had in Pennsylvania. I told you Pennsylvania was going to be a nail biter. I said Pennsylvania is going to be a nail biter. Sorry, you guys. I said Pennsylvania is going to be a nail biter. It is going to be a nail biter. I said it was, and it is. He is at 50.14, and she is at 48.95. He is taking the lead in Pennsylvania, you guys. If someone was here right now, I would grab him and I would be shaking him. Oh my God, he's doing it. It would be like when Rocky was whooping on the Russian, and Paulie grabbed, I forgot the other trainer's name, but Paulie grabbed him and he started shaking him. He's like, he's doing it. He's doing it. You know how hard I work? You know how many nights I had no sleep? He is at 50.21%. She is at 48.88. The numbers are still coming in. It's not over. We're still fighting in Pennsylvania, but he is currently taking the lead in Pennsylvania. He is in the lead 47-40 in Minnesota. He is in the lead 51% in Iowa. And he is in the lead 50 to 48% in Wisconsin. That is your blue wall, you guys. Love you more, G. I love you more, G. Palomar. I see you in the building. Let me see who else is in there. DV, I wish they made Trump's Air Max 95. I wish they made them too. I live in Minnesota. It's because it's Walt's home state. Well, Walt's is losing. He's going to lose. He's going to lose. He's going to lose. Minnesota is going to Trump. It's 57.75 to her 40% in Minnesota. And he is winning in Wisconsin, 50.36 to her 48%. And he is taking the lead back in Iowa, 51.16% to her 47%. She is still in the lead, but it's 47.79% to her 50.45% in Michigan. And currently, Donald Trump is in the lead in Pennsylvania of 50.46% to a 48.63% for Kamala Harris. And in Virginia, Donald Trump is now at 49.62% to her 48.70%. So Virginia is very close, you guys. And in North Carolina, Donald Trump is comfortable at a 51.92% to a 47.1%. And in Georgia, Donald Trump is very comfortable at a 52.17%, where she has a 47.17%. Donald Trump is winning New Mexico with 51.19% to her 46.9%. And in Arizona, Donald Trump is up. No, it is a tie in Arizona. It is 49.59 to 49.59 in Arizona. It is currently a tie in Arizona. Now, another thing to watch is Arizona, you guys. We are watching Arizona. Nothing in Nevada. And in Oregon, Donald Trump is crushing with 71.12% to 26.5% in Oregon. You might as well put a fork in it. I believe Idaho is going to be close for him as well. Washington State, we have no data as of yet, but I'm telling you now. Look, if you look at the map right now, with Oregon, he is crushing 71.12% to 26.45%. Let's run back to Pennsylvania. We are at 51. We are at 50.12% to her 48.96%. So she is getting more votes. They're trying to find votes for Kamala. It's 48.94% to his 50.15. So again, PA is a fight. And let's go back to Arizona. It is still a tie in Arizona, 49.49 to 49.59 to 49.59, and there is no break as of yet in these numbers. This is a nail biter for Arizona. He is comfortable right now with 46.67% for Kamala and 51.61 for him. I would say he is pulling up in Michigan now, you guys. So in Michigan now, it is 49.95 to 48.29. So it is not the lead. Her lead in Michigan has dropped. It is 50.68 to 47.84 Wisconsin. So he is taking a lead back. He is comfortably winning Minnesota 58.4 to 40.8. Her is 40.8. He is 58. And he is currently in the lead in Iowa, 51.28 to her 47.41. Let's go back to Pennsylvania, where he is in the lead, 50.54 to her 48.54. Remember, she went up to 48.94, and then she's back down again. So he is still maintaining this very slight lead, although significant, but he is seems like he's very well in the fight here and keeping this lead. And I hope he keeps this 2 points because it's very important. We are at 49.66, his way to her 48.69 in Virginia. This is still very close. In North Carolina, he is at a 52.22% to her 46.71. So he is comfortable in North Carolina, you guys. And it is now in Georgia. So he is down. It's 51.92% to her 47.38%. But he's still in the lead, 51.95%. But he did drop. It was just 52% of a lead in Georgia. He is at 51.82% in New Mexico to her 46.46%. And now she has taken the lead in Arizona, 40.4% to his 49.15% in Arizona. This is going to be a fight. He is... Just said Oregon was giving me all the numbers and I was saying it's not. That's crazy. He was just up in Oregon crazy. It's not showing me. 58 again in Minnesota. He is up 51 in Iowa. And he is up 49. No, she is up again. 49-31 in Wisconsin. So she took the lead in Wisconsin. She's back in the lead in Wisconsin. They are fighting. They got some fight in them. They got some fight in them, you guys. You got to give them credit. You have to give these people credit. They got fight in them. Nah, they got fight in them. You got to give them credit. I just don't think that I don't think that they pull it off today. I don't think that the liberal media has done enough. I don't think that they've done enough. We're at 117. Let's just refresh the map just to make sure everything's refreshed. But she's at 117 electoral college votes to his 205 electoral college votes. He needs 65 electoral college votes to win. He has 42,863,000 to her 37,783,000. Right now in Pennsylvania, he is up 57.57% to her 48.51%. In Michigan, she is up 50.6% to his 48.16%. This is competitive. He is up in Iowa now, 51.74% to her 46.95%. And he is still up in Minnesota, 57.84% to her 40.27%. In New Mexico, he is down 47.54% to her 51% in New Mexico. That's crazy. Shenanigans. And in Arizona, she is still up 50.4%. That's crazy that it didn't move. And he is still at 49.15%. So that's crazy that those numbers still didn't move in Arizona. And I did refresh it just now. I hit Oregon up. I don't know why they're not giving me that, but let's just get back to where we were. So, Donald Trump has 205 electoral college votes to Kamala Harris's 117. Pennsylvania, he is slightly in the lead, 50.67 to 48.40 to 42. I don't know why they're not showing me what you call it anymore. Still at 205 electoral college votes. He has 43,272,242 to her 38,162,564. It doesn't seem like her base is really outside, you guys. I don't want to have false hope because we've seen what happened in 2020. People went to bed and woke up and it was a total different election. But you guys, I know that the Democrats are absolutely petrified. The Democrats have to be absolutely petrified. They got to be scared. In PA, he is up 50.67% to her 48.42. In Michigan, she is up now 50.8 to his 48. Let's go to Arizona. Arizona, she has still the same lead. It's the same numbers, 50.04 to his 49.15. He is down in New Mexico now. She has 51.95 to his 46.35. Minnesota, he is up. He is up in Iowa. He is just down in Michigan, 48 to 50, but he's down. And he is up slightly in Wisconsin, back again because remember she took back over. So it's 49.06 her and 49.44 him. So Wisconsin is like it's definitely, they're fighting, you guys. This is a fight. This is a fight for America. This is a fight for the future of this nation. In Pennsylvania, he has a lead of 50.48 to 48.61. If we can keep her at 48% and in and around 48% when it's all said and done in PA, she loses PA, you guys. She just loses PA. There aren't enough votes you're going to steal and mail in, and you're still going to go after the votes that be full of fraudulent. Virginia is very close. It is 49.52 his way to her 48.89%. So Virginians, please make sure your vote was casted and please make sure your voice was heard. North Carolina, he is up 52.53% to her 46.39%. And Georgia, he is up 51.94% to her 47.39%. She is still in the lead in New Mexico, 51 to his 46%. In Arizona, she's still in the lead. The numbers did not change, 50.4% to 49.15%. That's strange that the numbers didn't change like that. And that's not showing, to me, this is why I believe this is the shenanigans going on over here. Because every other state, you see the numbers are jumping. The numbers are jumping like greatly. The numbers are changing greatly. The numbers are jumping greatly. And I just don't think that her people have come out to actually vote for her. You know, I don't think that they came out to vote for her. And I think that it's going to show that during this election cycle, you guys. You're going to see during this election cycle that it's going to show. He is at 205. She is at 117. He is slightly up in Wisconsin, 49.63 to 48.88. He is up 57% in Minnesota. That is embarrassing. And he is up again in Iowa, 52.23% to 46%. He is up in PA. It is 50.63% to 48.45%. And he is down now in Virginia. He is losing Virginia. It's 49.42% to 48.95%. So he is down in Virginia, you guys. He is up in North Carolina, 52.54%. And she is at 46.38%. And he is still up in Georgia, 51.90, 51 point, I'm sorry, he's 51.32%, and she is at 48% straight. So she just made some headway in Georgia. He still has a slight lead. In Arizona, she still has the number hasn't changed, 50.4 to 49.15. That's just real funny to me, you guys. New Mexico is 51.88 to 46%. It's hard for me to believe New Mexico is so it's so liberal, it's so competitive, and they're right next to Texas. Donald Trump is winning Iowa, 52.63 to 46.3. Donald Trump is winning Minnesota, 58.51. Donald Trump is winning Wisconsin, 49.65. Kamala Harris is winning Michigan, 49.89 to his 87, 49.87 to his 48.37. Donald Trump is winning Pennsylvania, 50.87 to 48.21. And Kamala Harris is winning Virginia, 49.43 to Donald Trump's 48.94. Donald Trump is winning North Carolina, 52.49. He is winning Georgia still, 51.32, but this is getting close. She is at 47.99%. Now, Donald Trump is losing New Mexico, 51% her way to his 46%, and he is still, the Arizona numbers haven't changed. I'll tell you some strange stuff. They're doing the strange things, you guys. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, you guys. And we are at, vote-wise, the count is 44,632,815 to Kamala Harris, 39,343,526. Damn. 44 million to 39 million. And she hasn't even cracked 39.5. She's just at 39.3. He's at 44.6. He's at 44.6 million. 44.6 million people. This is still anyone's race. Donald Trump is up in Pennsylvania, 50.99% to Kamala Harris's 48.9%. Kamala Harris is winning Michigan slightly, 49.66% to Donald Trump's 48.61%. So he is fighting for Michigan. He is fighting for, Michigan. Donald Trump is up in Iowa, 53.21% to Kamala Harris's 45.46%, and Donald Trump is winning in Minnesota comfortably, 58.51% to Kamala Harris's 38.6%. Kamala Harris is currently winning slightly still in Arizona with a 49.89% to Donald Trump's 49.31%. So he is definitely fighting tooth and nail for Arizona, and she is still comfortably up at 51.63 to his 46.63 in New Mexico. We have no numbers in Nevada as of yet. We have no numbers in California Oregon, I'm sure he was winning by like 70 something points the last time I seen, but it could be different now. We don't know. So I'm not going to speculate too much on it. But in Minnesota, he is up 58 to her 38. And Iowa, he is up 53 to her 45. And in Wisconsin, he is taking back the lead at 49.66 to her 48.84. This is a fight. And in Michigan, she's holding on 49.43 to his 48.81. They are fighting, they're battling. It just changed, the numbers just changed right here live on the screen. And in Pennsylvania, he has 51% now, straight to her 48.9% in Pennsylvania. So he is winning Pennsylvania. And in Virginia, she is winning slightly, 49.37 to his 49.1. So he is trying to fight for the state of Virginia as well. Right now, Donald Trump holds 205 electoral college votes to Kamala Harris's 117. We're going to say goodbye to YouTube. You guys, please make sure you go to Rumble. You can actually see everything that is on the screen right now. You've been here for over an hour and 45 minutes with me, and I appreciate you guys. I miss you guys. We have great content on Rumble. Go to Rumble where you can hear everything that I have to say, and no one's trying to stop me from saying it. And we'll bring content here. I'm changing this page around. Hopefully you guys will appreciate it. I'm going to have a ton of art here, a ton of my art on this page, and we're going to put art up here. And I have something coming very soon that I'm going to drop. Once Donald Trump wins, it's artwork of Donald Trump. Good night, YouTube. And go to Rumble so you can catch the rest of the show, because I'm trying to see this thing called out. I'm up. I'm up.